Welcome back to another week of North Carolina State Dynasty. Today we will face off against Wake Forest in a conference game to nearly finish out the season. Once again, we are in good position for the playoffs, which we were in this position last year and, kind of pissed down our legs and ended up missing the playoffs. But right now we're riding high. We are on a 9-game win streak after beginning the season with a loss. And we have Wake Forest and North Carolina, two in-state rivals today. Check out recruiting right quick. We have really kind of lost out on some recruits we were looking for, pushing hard for. But we are still in a good position for several. We're really hoping that we can land Brian Gizzy and Jaleel Sawyer. We have lost out on Dan Hoffman, but everybody else we are in pretty good shape for. Can't really schedule any more visits, so visits are done for the rest of the year. We do have some offensive visits for this week against Wake Forest. And we are currently 22nd in the nation, 3rd in the ACC, which that will change if we can land one of our 3 5-star targets. It looks like we're going to lose out on the others. Still are struggling at the quarterback position. We are heavily relying on our run game. We may be in a tough spot for quarterback next year as well. Duke Watson with a strong run to start the game off. He's had a really productive season, him and George Pettaway. Just with the lack of passing game, it's been really difficult to have a lot of success with them. And we are doing everything we can to keep the ball out of our quarterback's hands. Unless he's running the football. As you can see, our team is really built for running the football anyways. And that is just, it's what we've done all season long. Make a nice throw under pressure there. Here's a play that we don't run very often. Is a halfback toss. And it got us what we needed to score a touchdown. Our 5-star true freshman, Robert Blizzard, coming off the edge. And Blizzard will probably move back to linebacker next year, but I really wanted to get him out on the field this year, especially to get skill points, get some upgrades, and I think that's been a really good decision. Why would it switch me to the safety in that situation? And as always, I compliment the defense and how well they've performed. That was on me. And we come out extremely flat. Thank God for airmail, because I don't know who was supposed to cover him, but they did not. Ooh, wow. That's a tough drop right there. That does not look good for running the football. What was 84 doing? Why was he all the way in the backfield? That's nowhere close to the route he was supposed to be running. No wide receiver got separation there. We had literally no options. Look at that. No one in the flats where there was supposed to be someone. I don't know why it's always the last couple games of the season where our team forgets that they're playing the game of football. But if they keep this up for this game, the playoffs are out of the question again. That's a big tight end. He is massive. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Good play, Elijah. That was a bizarre animation for sure. Oh. Been nice if we could have got that block right there. Probably would have been a touchdown, if we're being honest. I don't like second and long. Not with our quarterback situation. And our catching situation, apparently. Good catch and run by Jonathan there. Bounds and save a timeout. That does not work well. Oh, that was terrible. I think we got to take the points just to keep it a tie ball game. And hope that Wake Forest doesn't do anything stupidly crazy in 9 seconds. They have all 3 timeouts. Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm talking about. Just bouncing off of every player.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your...
Every year at the end of the season, we have recruits in attendance, which that will screw you. The game loves to screw you with recruits. Of course they pick it up for 10 more yards. Wow, that's a pretty intense movement for a 400-pound tight end. 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 1 fumble. Yeah, meet me at our spot. Like, where's that defender? If I'm going to go off with the running back that's crossing my face, where is our help? This is insane. Absolutely insane. Man defense, get toasted. Zone defense, get toasted. Just can't do anything. Can't call a game like that. Why would I want to run a zone defense here? I mean, it doesn't really matter what defense we run, but cornerback is completely oblivious to what the hell's going on in front of him. Underneath coverage, protect the sticks, still get an underneath throw. But we're not panicking. Not yet. Because our quarterback can do this. And if that's what we have to do to score, then that's what we will do to score. But I need our defense to actually make a stop. Alright, so we at least answer with a touchdown. It's very hard. How do they get 10 yards out of that? Someone please tell me how they get 10 yards out of that play right there. Like I said, 4 incompletions. It doesn't matter what defense I'm calling right now. Blitz, man blitz, zone. I cannot stop their offense. Dude, you're gonna piss me off. Switch me to the person I'm trying to switch to. Ooh. Would have been nice if he would have picked that off, but he does play defensive end for a reason. Like I said, we will just take off and run with our quarterback. If that's what we have to do to get yards and move the football, that's what we have to do. Thank God that defensive end didn't have like one more speed. It's going to be holding. Unbelievable. They're too far off. Too much cushion. We knew we could do something short. That play was almost doomed. Lord have mercy. We really would like for this to be like close to the final drive. Ooh. I didn't even care about that guy getting injured. That was a disgusting juke. Two minutes is a lot of time. Good broken tackle to result in a loss of 6 there. Sometimes when I get in those, which didn't happen there, but sometimes when I get in those tackle battles in the backfield, I'll try to lose them on purpose. So they lose the forward progress and I can tackle them for an even bigger loss. Whew. Now we may. And that's why I didn't want to pass the ball. Nothing. There was nothing open on that play. Unless I just absolutely missed it, nothing was open. They don't really need to pass the ball. They could just run a couple of times. I kind of wanted to let him score. That's going to be game. Unless we can force a turnover here, that's going to do it. Or definitely, if they're going to come out and field goal right now. Our defense just couldn't do it today. And unfortunately, it cost us a playoff.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
The hope we have is for a return touchdown. We have a better shot of a return touchdown than a Hail Mary working. And if my blockers would have got out of my way. Well, that's unfortunate. We drop our rivalry game to Wake Forest. Will Wilson really let us down. He had a costly interception there at the end of the game. You know, our defensive line played horribly. Our secondary played horribly. Our whole team just played horribly there. And that probably is going to cost us some recruits. It definitely will cost us a playoff appearance. Just extremely frustrating. You know, that's just typical EA. Okay, maybe it didn't cost us any recruits. A 3-star guard. So we do still land Sawyer, whatever. Very surprising there. But just absolutely brutal. We are now the 12th ranked team, which means we are out of the playoffs. So unless we can beat North Carolina and we can beat whoever we play in the conference championship, that's it for our playoff hopes. We do get our 5-star linebacker, though. We could still potentially land Ankrum. We're definitely not gonna land Hoffman, but we're gonna leave him on there until transfer portal period. We're now fighting Georgia for Casey Dalton. We're gonna lose out to Oregon on Brian Gizzy, who just looks like a phenomenal athlete. I do think that Sawyer is better. We'll win that recruitment. Stoudemire. Conference prestige and championship contender. We'll do this just to... just to shore this guy up. He doesn't look great, but he doesn't look horrible. Dean Clark doesn't look great, doesn't look horrible. We might could build him up, sitting him a year. Ezekiel Awuzie looks actually really good. 3-star gym. 94 throw power, really good accuracy, decent speed that will get better. I think the gym not only affects dev traits, but also affects skill caps. But Jaleel Sawyer, he could play free safety. You know, that may be a position change that we make. 6'2", 219, a little big, a little beefy. But 88 speed, 84 tackle, 84 hit power, with 76 zone. That's pretty likely that we're going to move to free safety. We do jump up to 13th after the addition of those 2 recruits. A win against Wake Forest probably would have been super helpful, though. Really disappointing that we dropped that game, and now we go to North Carolina for what will most likely be another tough matchup. We need to be in a position to where we do not need to pass the ball. Could not get my left tackle to put a hand on that edge rusher. Put away, not enough speed to break away from the linebacker there. Oh, look at that. Hollywood Smothers. Wow. Good for him. Transfers to a 6-5 North Carolina team. Wish there was a setting that you could adjust to fix the zone coverage. Because I would rather them not just stick right in the middle of their zone and kind of, you know, I don't know, scoot around to where the players are, the offense, the receivers, you know, people that could make a play on the ball. Kronk. Nice. Good defense there. We really can't afford to lose this game because I don't want to give Hollywood Smothers the satisfaction. And I really don't want to lose to 2 6-win teams in a row. Good run. Oh, God, dude. Switch me, for one, to the person that can make a play on the ball. 2, somebody actually make a play on the ball. Sit down. Wish I could see him. That was a great defense there by our cornerback. Another screen. You know, it's nice that we keep stopping them for 1 and 2 yards on 1st and 2nd down, but then we just let them convert on 3rd down. We need some better players. Some guys that actually want to be here. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. The whole point of being able to hold circle and move your direction around is to get to the person that you want to get to. And then it doesn't switch you to the person you're trying to get to. Oof, big hit. It's actually been a really long time since I've called that play. In any dynasty. Oof. I thought he might have the angle on us. Oh my God. Bro, how do you get completely blasted by a tight end? Like, what are you even doing? Okay. And North Carolina gets the ball to start the half. So, once again, that's cool. Oh, another offensive lineman down. Now we're going to use our second timeout. Of course he drops it. Why wouldn't we be able to hold on to a pass? And that was the wrong button. So we're going to be forced to use a timeout. Because what I wanted was the other wide receiver. There we go. We're not getting like any positioning on the wide receivers to make a play. Once again, their quarterback is just there. The opposing team quarterback is just God's greatest gift of football. About to bounty gate him. I mean, if anybody wants to make a play, it's completely free to do that. I will say our pass defense has been so poor that Hollywood Smothers has not been a threat at all. Once again, it does not matter what sort of defense we call. Cannot stop them. How does he catch that? We've just forgotten how to play football. Look at that. No blocking on the exterior. So now we're going to be forced to pass the ball. Receivers can't catch. Telling you, man. It's just... I would say it's unbelievable, but it happened last year, and it's happened this year. So it's 100% believable. I really wanted that deep shot. All right, we'll do that. There's one. $20 for 23. I think last game the Wake Forest quarterback only had 5 incompletions, if I'm not mistaken. How's that not intercepted, dude? Oh, they're gonna go for it. And they're not going to get it. Holy crap, our defense makes a stand. Good pickup there on third down. And of course, North Carolina, of all places, can't get an audible or a hot route or anything like that off. So once again, why would it not switch me to anybody? Wow, we finally get some pressure on the quarterback after literally 14 seconds of him running around in the backfield. Amazing. Amazing route. Find the hole in the defense on the sideline and just stop. I wish my players had that kind of IQ. But alas, they do not. North Carolina is not doing themselves any favors here. Good D. Alright, so they're going to try their field goal here. 27 of 32 throwing, though. Now they're going to kick me onside. I'm about to say, if they recover that, then I know EA is pulling EA stunts, and it's going to let them win the game. So another game that we almost blow. Really good outing for Duke Watson. Defensively, atrocious. Trash. 4 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, no turnovers once again. Just, I mean, horrible showing by our defense. 2 weeks in a row. Luckily, we pull that one out. And we do lose Casey Dalton and Brian Gizzy. As expected, another conference championship against Miami. Pro potential, we're not going to win out on that one. And conference prestige. Really sucks to lose Gizzy there. And our class has dropped to 15th. But we should get, like I said, 5 more commits. If we do that, we may jump into the top 10, and then obviously we have the transfer portal period. Maybe. We are number 10, so let's look at this. So we are projected to be in the playoffs as long as we can win our conference championship. So we do get the right guard, Stephen Foxworth. That's the only update for now. Bronson Morton, we are the conference championship away from his commitment. Earl Stoudemire, Georgia, is now making one hell of a push for this tight end. Dean Clark, Florida, now making a push. And this guy is actually pretty good as a quarterback. 87 speed, 87 throw power. His accuracy probably would not be great, but he could see the field as quarterback. And Cincinnati making a slight push for Ezekiel Awuzie, who, like we said, looks like a freak athlete. A little bit of a short video for this week. But next go around, we will be playing against Miami in the conference championship, and then we will see whether we make a bowl game or the playoffs. So until next time, y'all have a good one.